Hey, listen, I was sitting down, bro, and I got up real quick to talk to y'all and to run this with y'all because I saw a few seconds of this and I paused it and I'm like, yo, hold on. I gotta show y'all this, bro. Look, this DoorDash driver almost or actually did get sent to the sky, eviscerated and turned into particles because he showed up to deliver food or to knock on somebody's door. That's pretty much all I know. Let me run this with y'all and then we're gonna break this down, bro. Let's go. Look at this shit.
Go! Go!
This is where I got to, by the way. I haven't seen the rest of this. Let's go. Like I said, we're going to break it down here in a second. We're going to get the full thing. But that right there, what I just saw with y'all, I'm not a lawyer, bro, but that's attempted murder. Wow. Well, y'all see why I wanted to get on here and talk to you? This piece of hold on. Listen to this. Video shows Chester. Of course, is that his name? He will be called a Chester, bro. No, hold on. That's the name of the town. He's a town official, popping and shooting a DoorDash driver in the back as he drove away. Why? Because the DoorDash driver's phone died and he was asking for directions. Look, I've brought y'all all kinds of situations. We've seen setups. We've seen back doors. We've seen people try to break into the house, and we've seen literally everything. My squad has seen the front of the planet and back in terms of crazy shit. This right here was nothing more than attempted murder, bro. Straight up. The reason I say that is because I understand being fearful for your life. I understand walking outside and trying to get somebody to go away, especially if you don't know them and they're a stranger, for sure. Especially at 12:43 a.m. I would be spooked out. Y'all would be spooked out. Let's go back. Look, this first shot, look, right here. He aimed it at the ground. That's a warning shot. If it stopped right here, I would be on his side. Straight up. I don't know who that car is. You walked up to my door. How was he supposed to know that his phone died? He would be in the right. But to go ahead and do what you just did on camera and pop somebody while they're literally driving away is beyond wrong. Literally every way you look at it. Now, before I get too deep into this, let me show y'all the actual details. More specifically, the news coverage of this, bro. They have the DoorDash driver like in the frame, so I'm assuming we're about to see what happened before this. This shit was too crazy, y'all. I got up so quick to break this down with y'all, man. Watch.
Swift reaction to our story from earlier today. It comes after we shared this exclusive video that appears to show a Chester official shooting a lost DoorDash driver. And some of that reaction includes calls for the official to step down. Our Blaze Gomez brings us the story.
Go!
Chester Highway Supervisor John Riley is allegedly seen here in this leaked video taken on his own ring.
Allegedly? Are y'all blind or do y'all see out of your back eyes? What the f is allegedly in this vid, bro? We just saw him in 4K HD Ultra from his own camera. Why did he even upload this? Huh? He probably didn't upload it. It was probably confiscated, but there is no allegedly about this shit, bro. We just saw him do it. Hello? Or do y'all think we're deaf and blind and stupid and retarded and we're dead? We saw this. There is no allegedly here. Allegedly.
Camera with a firearm strapped to his back and another in his hand as he seemingly fires 3 shots at a lost DoorDash driver.
Bro, Chester's been waiting for this his entire. I know that's not even his name. That's the name of the town. I'm gonna call him Chester though. It fits him. That's a name that fits the prototype and the phenotype, archetype, whatever you want to call it. Like this. This is exactly who would be called Chester. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen, Chester right here has been waiting on this day for his entire life. Stacking up weapons and guns and rounds. Just waiting, itching, fiending for somebody to give him an excuse. And this has to be the dumbest, literally the dumbest situation like this that I've seen in a very long time. Don't get my words twisted with not understanding why you would be freaked out because some strangers at your door in the middle of the night. I would be, y'all would be too. But you gotta have some brain cells within you to know that this person is clearly driving away. And if you're a human being who's not bloodthirsty and lustful for blood, you kind of want to avoid shooting anybody, bro, right? So you'd be happy to see the car driving away. In this case, that's not what was going through his head. In his head, as the car was driving away, he saw his chance to use his tool, the window to use his tool closing, and decided, hey, might as well pop him in the back. Look at this, man.
Who was trying to get away in his car.
Seeing the video, it's chilling.
Chester Supervisor Brandon Holdridge says they haven't heard from the elected official since his arrest on Saturday, even though he's now out on bail.
No one saw this coming.
Police say the victim was shot once in the back outside of Riley's house in Chester on Friday and seriously hurt. He was seen just before the shooting going to another house, as seen here, trying to deliver food.
I have a DoorDash. My phone is broken. Anyone can help.
Holdridge says they're fielding calls for Riley to be fired, but that their hands are tied.
He's an elected official, so that means we have no power to force him to resign.
2 Chester judges have stepped aside from the case, canceling his next court appearance in town until the Orange County DA says it can be moved somewhere else.
This was too crazy to pass up on, y'all, and this is like, it really ties into how messed up the world we live in, or it's so crazy because there's no sense of community is what it is. And you can't even blame people for, not wanting to partake in one because of how sick and crazy some people are. What I'm getting at is that this DoorDash driver, if he was in a community or a place like a neighborhood that he knows, etc., you would think he would find some help in terms of getting something. Like he said his phone is broken or needs to be charged or some shit. Like you can sit here and argue that in a good community that's not fearful for their lives, that's not afraid that some random strange person is going to break into their house in the middle of the night, that he would actually get some help, right? Because people wouldn't be living in fear. But people live in fear, bro. Why do they live in fear? Because of how many crazy and sick demonic people and weirdos and thugs and all, whatever you want to call it, walk amongst us. Because of how many videos and situations of somebody breaking into somebody's house. That's what I mean when I say people are living in fear, bro. Because in a better place, this person wouldn't be looked at as a potential threat, but instead somebody who needs help. But that kind of reality is so far away, especially for somebody like me that's seen all these crazy ass situations, that you can't even blame somebody for not wanting to help no strange person at the front of their door, bro. We've seen the setup videos. I've brought y'all that. We've seen all kinds of crazy shit. It's just a messed up situation is what it is. Speak to me in the comments. I wanted to bring y'all this real quick. Enjoy y'all's weekend and speak to me. I'll see y'all in the next one.